Hello, this is Rich Campy, CEO of Pro Advisor Coach, The Thinking Coach. Welcome back. We're on session 5. And remember we covered the history, Dr. Hartman being nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize, his work around formal axiology. Remember, Hitler came and reigned and realized his days were numbered. He would always want to understand how could we create peace. We have to mathematically understand thinking. We understood the 3 dimensions, right? Relator, doer, thinker. We understood 2 worlds, the internal world, the external world. We understand clarities, we understand biases, and then we also covered empathy in more depth, which is the external world relator area, and also the doer external area, which is called practical. Now we're on the 3rd dimension within the external world, which is represented by this area. Oops, one second, let me get you set up here. That's represented by the 2nd area, which is right here. So that's the part on the upper right-hand side. And this is, again, the practical area. Practical, and it's the thinker area within the external world. Again, external world is represented by all of this up here. This is all the external world, all this top stuff going on up here. All right, so when we look at the structured thinking area, or the thinker to the external world, which we call the thinker, the structured thinking is looking at everything that's black and white. Rules, regulations, policies, procedures, standard operating procedures, budgets, P&Ls, forecasts, anything that is really defined, a definition of something. That's the structured area, the thinker area. And as we look more at this particular area, the clarity is seeing, okay, I have a clear definition of right and wrong, black and white. These are the rules. These are the process, right? That's high clarity. Where more narrow in scope would be more focused, more defined, more narrow in our scope, more creative in our thinking around this. So we may say, here's a really unique way that we could put a budget together, for example. That would be more narrow. Someone that would see all of what could be in the budget and the P&Ls would say, okay, these are the different ways that we could put that together, and they have a real clear picture of, here's what, profit and loss are, and here's what forecasting is, and it's just very, locked in. The bias part of this, which is the up and down on the scale, right, we talked about before, so this is the part of, is it up here on top, or is it down here on the bottom? Remember, to the top is more attentive, and to the bottom is more detached, right? And we see that right here. See, under attentive, over attentive represented here. So higher up, more light in, more attentive, go for it, right? Back up, right? Under attentive to the bottom is more reserved about it. So if someone is very attentive, then it's all about, it should be this way, it should be that way. It's very much rules based. If they're coming to work for your organization, or you're that way and you work for somebody else, you want to see things spelled out. You like it to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just real clear, color by number, step-by-step process is really important to you, or if someone's working with you, really important. If you're to the bottom, you're going to be like, rules, regulations, policies, procedures, I could do with them, mostly do without them. And they sort of drive you crazy, especially if someone's that way and they should do this way and you should do it that way, then it can really irritate. You're just like, you don't value that as much. You detach or disassociate from the value of structure process systems if you're to the lower part of the scale. All right? So hopefully that helps to summarize a little bit of that structured thinking. I'm going to tie them all together for you real quick here. Let's take a chair as an example. Let's say it's this particular chair. Now, this chair right here, I've had with me for about 9 years. It's been in different office places. This is a special leather chair for me because I've gone through a lot of tough times, good times. The kids, when they were with me when they were younger and they could sit in my lap, they used to sit in my lap in this chair, right? This particular chair has intrinsic meaning to me, meaning we can't even measure it. It's sort of infinite that this particular chair has that special meaning to me. The extrinsic value of this chair is, what are the properties? What are all the combinations of this chair? Well, the chair could have rollers. It could not have rollers. It could have 4 legs. It could have, It could have a tall seat, long seat. It could be black. It could be yellow. It could be tall back, short back. It could be leather. It could be... So the extrinsic values, remember the could be's or the doer, are all of the combinations of what a chair needs to have to be a chair, right? And then the last part of this is by definition. If we look this up in the Webster's Dictionary, by definition, a chair is defined by blank, right? The black and white. So that was a lot of extra credit there. It's a lot to look at. But when you think about it, every single thing that we have as part of our world contains the three dimensions: the relator, the doer, and the thinker. Whether it be a chair or a desk or a relationship or anything, all has relator, doer, thinker attributes to it, and it's just a matter of what are the combinations of all those and how they fit together. This is Coach Rich Campy, the Thinking Coach, your Thinking Coach. Be blessed, be well, and we'll see you next time for session 6 of 10 from the Mindscan.